Hi traders, my name is Duncan Cooper and I'm a Senior Market Strategist and Trading Mentor at AUDUSD Securities. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the key trading levels for the week ahead for the pairs the Australian dollar to the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar to the US dollar, the euro to the Japanese yen, the euro to the US dollar, the pound to the Japanese yen and the pound to the US dollar. So let's get into the first pair. Hi traders, hope you had a great trading week. Now I've got my day charts in front of me and I've got my monthly, weekly and daily support and resistance lines drawn in. All those levels in the description below. I'll just talk about the ones that are close to price action. Now last week on the Aussie yen, we actually came up and failed at weekly resistance here at 85.44 and I thought that might have been the final top, but we came down, got support at 83.96 weekly support, and then through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday into Friday, moved all the way up to monthly resistance at 85.80. So Thursday, Friday, we've moved into an area of weekly and monthly resistance, a very strong area of resistance. If you look left, there's a lower top that got formed back in time. So anticipating, we had quite a full-on bullish candle on Friday that held at 85.80 monthly resistance and almost turned to a negative candle, so almost a very negative rejection candle. So just giving you signs of selling pressure up there in the resistance area. Now of course this can move further up to retest this is daily resistance at 86.05 and then the final monthly resistance level at 86.24. Price can still move further up, but I'm anticipating that we're going to fail in this area and we could well in the early part of the week come back down and revisit weekly support. 84.29. Last week we got down to 83.98. Okay, so I'm anticipating we'll have some form of pullback. Don't know whether it's going to be a reversal yet, but we're in a key area of resistance where we'd expect selling pressure to come in. So if I see any weakness, I'm going to be looking to sell down from that area. Anticipate we will get some support down here, and then if we do get a reversal up here, is that the final top to move down through these levels? You'll just have to monitor that. So failing at possibly 85.80 monthly resistance, pulling back to once more weekly support at 84.29, 83.98, approximately the 8400 level. Okay, so that's the Aussie yen. Okay, onto the Aussie dollar, again the day chart. Now start of the week we came all the way up to monthly resistance at 74.14 and weekly resistance at 74.26 and put in a very heavy rejection, trying to get back below what was 73.14 weekly support. Did dip below, came back up, and then Thursday into Friday we held at this area of daily resistance at 73.70. Hopefully you can see that we're forming now a rejection, a lower top forming, so I'm anticipating now that we're moving below 73.14 for the longer term and wants to move through these daily levels of support at 72.84, 72.49, and will we move down to retest this long-term weekly level of support at 71.70? That's what I'm anticipating. Alright, lower top definitely forming here, so I'm expecting that this is actually a final top, a lower top on the monthly chart that I've been discussing in my analysis through the course of the week. Alright, so that's the Aussie dollar. Okay, moving on to the euro yen, which is a bit more of a difficult pair to trade at the moment. Last week down here at weekly support 125.08, we traded through a little bit but held, and we came all the way back up, back above 127.37 monthly resistance. That's maybe now acting as short-term support. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we were trading above 128.24 all those days, but you can see that there are wicks on all those 3 days. So 128.24 weekly resistance is acting as resistance, and this weekly level of resistance here at 127.92, we pretty much just closed underneath that. So those two levels acting as resistance. Is that where prices obviously moved down, rallied? Is this where now price is held at? And are we going to see now a further move down back below 127.37 monthly support / resistance? Can we move through there at the start of the week? and then can we move down for a retest of this level. At the moment, if you look at the tops and bottoms, it's all lower top to a lower bottom. Is this another lower top to move down through the levels once more? Of course, depending on what comes out from Ukraine, Russia, this could further come up. So at the moment, weekly resistance 127.92, 128.24 is acting as resistance. We could, though, of course, come up if things change in the market to retest 129.23, come up further to 130.04, and if things get really hectic on this pair, we could go all the way back up to weekly resistance up here at 131.59. So all those levels are relevant. Get them on your charts, and then if you're prepared to trade this pair in the volatility, really focus on the weekly levels. 127.92, 128.24 have been acting as resistance this week. If we really do rally, I'd probably focus on, if I want to try and set myself up for a long-term sell, up here at 131.59 would be a great level. I'd expect some selling pressure up there because price will have to get really stretched to meet that level. But we'll just have to wait what the market does. I'm anticipating in the short term, this is just a lower top forming to move down. Okay, so that's the Euro-Yen. Okay, on to the Euro-US dollar. Now this has been working really good to support and resistance. We came down, did try and trade through monthly support at 108.79, but that held, and we moved all the way back up to retest weekly resistance at 111.21. So when the Eurozone had its interest rate decision, we came up, held to that level within a pip, and then further into Thursday, down into Friday, we've been trading down from that level. So I'm anticipating that we're going to retest monthly support. Can we break that level? Come down now and test new daily support. And if we can break those levels, the next level is the 106.35 monthly support level to challenge. Okay, I don't know whether we can get down there next week, but working perfectly to support and resistance, bouncing at monthly support, held at weekly resistance, now coming back down for a retest. Okay, so that's the Euro-US dollar. All right, moving on to the pound yen. Now the pound yen's been working really nicely to support and resistance. You can see that it got support here, came up to resistance and failed, moved down through support, came down to last week day support at 151.12, and then came back up and started to hold at 152.66 daily resistance, and also weekly resistance at 152.89. And you can see that it closed just underneath weekly resistance. So is this where price holds? There's a few wicks on those candles. Is this where price holds and then further moves back down for a retest of day support at 151.12, and with the double top pattern that I've been discussing before, can it move further down and actually challenge weekly support at 149.100? Now of course, depending on what happens in the market with the volatility, it might not want to move down. This level might break. If this level breaks, then look for 152.89 to become support for a move up and challenge of 155.22 daily resistance. Okay, so there's a couple of options that price might do there, but ultimately at the moment it's in a downtrend, so anticipating that 152.89 weekly resistance will hold for a move down in the short term. All right, so that's the pound Japanese yen. Okay, last pair, pound US dollar. This has been operating nicely as well to support and resistance. So earlier in the week, Monday, we broke through monthly support 131.68 and through weekly support at 131.34, and then came back up and broken support becomes new resistance. It held at 131.68. Now monthly resistance, broke back through weekly support and closed pretty much on its low. So at the moment I'm just anticipating that trends remain in play. It's just moving down to the next level of support, which is weekly support at 128.54. Now might not just go straight down, so it could just obviously go straight down, or anticipate some form of rally in the week, and it could come back up and rally up to 130, 131.34 weekly now resistance, and then come down. All right. Of course, depending on what the market does, any one of these levels of resistance higher up could act as resistance if we want to pop further up. So 131.68 monthly resistance, that could hold. If we break through that one, then you've got daily resistance up here at 132.72 and a further level up here at 133.57. So I'm just highlighting those levels because we have been moving down for a while now on the weekly chart, probably 3 or 4 weeks. We might need 1 or 2 weeks back up. So if we do start to rally back up and these first 2 levels of resistance break, watch for the higher levels to hold. Okay, so that's the pound US dollar. Okay traders, that's my analysis for today. If you want to keep up to date with my analysis, simply subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you next time. Now if you'd like to follow my forex trading analysis throughout the week, why not subscribe to the ACY Securities live interactive trading feed Telegram channel. Simply contact Nathan.bray at acy.com to get access.